Let's finish this.
Welcome back to Marvelous Videos. I'm Rylan. Teenage superheroes, known as the Teen Titans, defend the planet from the evil that always lurks around the corner and poses a threat to the world. The original members constitute the majority of the Titans. There are a few chosen individuals dispersed over the Earth who are honorary members on occasion, but do not belong to the Titans organization. Titans Tower is home to the original Teen Titans team and its founding members. They are responsible for the security of Jump City, California, as well as any significant or important dispute occurring in or outside the world. They typically resolve the problems with the same effectiveness and maturity as the adult superheroes. The 5 people that make up this initial team are namely Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and Robin. The Titans have faced their fair share of adversaries over the years, and these enemies range from a psychotic scientist who causes minor inconvenience through their schemes to the literal incarnation of the devil himself. So join us today as we go through some of the major villains that the Teen Titans have ever fought against. Before we go into our explanation, however, we have a very small request. If you like our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is just a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks. Now, let's begin.
Hatred shall rule.
Trigon. Trigon, an interdimensional demon that attempted to rule the cosmos, is regarded as the most formidable and heinously malevolent antagonist of the entire series. He is the villainous demonic father of Raven, and is regarded as the evil embodiment of everything evil in the cosmos. Trigon serves as Raven's arch-enemy due to her egregious relationship. Once upon a time, Trigon presented himself under the guise of a mortal human male. Whilst in the realm of Azarath in his guise, Trigon manipulated a Denzian of the realm and proceeded to marry her. Arella Roth, unaware that under the shell of a human male was the demon Trigon himself, was firstly manipulated into marrying him and then proceeded to consummate with the monster. Afterwards, Trigon abandoned her and his offspring, who eventually became Raven of the Teen Titans. Trigon is only fully recognized for being the personification of utmost evil. He is hell-bent on dominating the world and would do everything and use everyone to get what he wants. Trigon is deceitful and devious, and he is capable of discreetly influencing even the most intelligent people, like Slade, to do what he wants and trick them into thinking he's earnest. A being of unfathomable amount of powers, Trigon is a foe that is not only difficult to defeat physically, but opposing such an entity has been shown to be massively mentally draining for the heroes, especially Raven, who constantly deals with and blocks out his influence and mental torment. The only conceivable weakness that Trigon has been shown has been his self-obsession, ego, arrogance, and overconfidence, and being the main antagonist for the Teen Titans, Trigon refused to accept that the Titans posed any sort of threat to him. Eventually, his mindset, where he considers himself to be the one above all, ends up being the reason for his downfall. Trigon's appearance is also as menacing as it can get. He is a being of colossal height, reaching 50 to 60 meters easily. His skin is deep red in color, which resembles our perception of hell. He has 4 red eyes, long white hair, pointed ears, large elk-like antlers, and hooves for feet. Trigon has black lines running across his torso, which resembles but are not related to sigils. His whole appearance is complemented by his color, which suits his demonic and devilish nature exceptionally well. To put it in layman's terms, he is the representation of the DC Universe's Satan.
I understand your frustration, Robin. You hate losing as much as I do.
Deathstroke. Deathstroke the Terminator, also known as Slade Joseph Wilson, serves as the primary antagonist for the Teen Titans for the first 2 seasons. His main objectives are to vanquish the Titans, flatten Jump City, and perhaps even take over the entire planet if he so desires. He was shown to have 2 secret bases, but over a period of time, both were obliterated. He even had a huge army of mechanical robot warriors. Slade is a very collected and disciplined person, who throughout the series has remained a mystery to both allies and adversaries. Because of this, very little is known about his underlying persona and his ultimate goals. Comparisons have been drawn on numerous occasions between him and Robin about features like their extreme disdain for failure, ferocious dedication, and borderline obsessiveness in pursuit of completing their objectives. Slade is a malevolent mastermind and is the definition of a formidable adversary. He is cunning and calculated, never surfaces unless he has the advantage in a battle, and runs away as soon as that edge is jeopardized, because he makes sure to never fight on an even playing field. He is an adept manipulator who prefers to lay traps for people rather than engaging in hand-to-hand combat. He is shown to be hesitant in using his robotic soldiers, who are frequently thrown into battle to engage in action in his place. He is seen over the first 2 seasons, ceaselessly searching for new apprentices for reasons that are unclear, concentrating on both Tara and Robin separately. In multiple scenarios, he is shown to be taking advantage of their susceptibilities and troubles, using his intelligence and captivating personality. He is not above using blackmail to force them to submit. Slade is terrifying because of his vile and violent personality. His excessive defiance and resolve to finish the task at hand have condemned him, as they mostly act as barriers toward success rather than a pedestal to step on. His stone-like appearance makes him look even more dispassionate and cold-blooded. During a conversation with Robin in The End Part 2, Slade confronts him and admits that he has no regrets about any of his actions, and responds, "It's what I do," when Robin explains to him that all he's ever done was just made other people suffer. Although he's usually calm and collected, he has also been shown to lose his cool occasionally. An instance of this is when Trigon deceived him, despite his loyalty to the demon, and had his minions take him, causing him to demand in fury that the demons obey him. Despite having a malignant personality, Slade admits that Trigon should have destroyed the Earth, and how he has done wrongful deeds under him. He helped the Titans beat him, and then let Tara start afresh. He also told Beast Boy to let the past go, demonstrating that he is not always without honor. Slade is a formidable warrior who possesses enhanced physical abilities at a superhuman level. He has a genius-level intellect, and is a master combatant and tactician. To top it all off, Slade has a plethora of weapons, robots, and advanced technologies in his arsenal to be used at their full potential for anyone opposing him, which makes him a deadly adversary for the Titans. Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime, also known as Kal-El from Earth Prime, is a scathing portrayal of Superman. He comes from a universe where superheroes do not exist at all, and are only parts of fiction from the denizens of the universe. No characters with superpowers exist in the universe, apart from Superboy Prime. Kal-El is the son of the Kryptonians known as Jor-El and Lara. Unfortunately, he was born at a time of impending doom, as a solar flare of cataclysmic proportions from Krypton's red sun was threatening the existence of the whole planet itself. Tirelessly working to achieve a form of protection for the Kryptonians, Jor-El and Lara were able to develop a device using advanced technology that would allow them to teleport living tissue across universes. Although it was too late for them to use the technology to save the Kryptonians, as the radiation had already started affecting their planet negatively, the 2 scientists decided to save their son from this fate, and used their invention to send Kal-El through intergalactic distances to a safe haven. Kal-El re-emerged on the surface of the Earth. Jerry and Naomi Kent were on a hike in the woods in a seacoast village in New England when they came across the young boy. They made the decision to adopt him and bring him up as their own, and decided to name the kid Clark Kent. Clark would go on to live an ordinary life as a human, until one day when a tidal wave threatened to flood Clark and his friends, a cosmic vortex suddenly appeared over them, and out came Superman. Interacting with Superman enabled Clark's Kryptonian heritage to manifest, and he discovered his powers firsthand. With no time left to spare, Superboy and Superman quickly saved the people from the tidal wave, and afterwards, Superboy would help Superman to return to his universe. Even though his origin story is that of a good guy, Superboy Prime lived on to experience the worst of the worst. Eventually, the loss of his universe and the yearning for normal life drove him mad, and he made grave use of his unrestrained powers. Superboy Prime spent some time in the Paradise Dimension after Earth Prime was destroyed in Crisis on Infinite Earths. There, he developed a bitter and cruel personality, suffering the losses in his life. He felt envious of Connor Kent, the new Superboy, during the Infinite Crisis because he believed that Connor was enjoying the life that he should have been living. Superboy Prime accidentally killed Panther with a backhand, as Connor summons the Titans to assist him when confronted. As the Titans attempted to contain him, he would kill and maim them, and exclaim how they were making him do these heinous crimes. Following these events, Superboy Prime was banished to the Speed Force by the heroes. He would eventually escape and become even stronger than before, because of enhancing his powers by absorbing the radiation from the yellow sun. After breaking out, Prime would attempt to resume his fight with Connor. He would try to kill his girlfriend Wonder Girl in the process. During their battle, they inadvertently damaged Luthor's machine, which made the Earths he resurrected to disappear and homogenize. In the explosion that followed, Connor sustained lethal injuries and eventually dies in Wonder Girl's arms.
And those who rule the young will control the future.
The Brain and the Brotherhood of Evil. The Brotherhood of Evil, led by the disembodied scientist known as the Brain, are a faction of villainous individuals who serve as the major antagonists for the Teen Titans in Season 5. Their aim is to gain control of the whole world and dominate it as rulers. The team consists of the Brain, Madame Rouge, Monsieur Mallah, and General Immortus. Previously, one of the major goals was to annihilate and overcome the Doom Patrol, but upon gazing their eyes on the new up-and-coming band of youthful superheroes known as the Teen Titans, Titans, the Brain decided to take them out before they could be a direct threat to them. Since Beast Boy was a part of both teams, the Doom Patrol and the Teen Titans, it is often considered that the Brotherhood of Evil are his sworn enemies, and the story arc against his arch nemesis has always been explored in a profound manner. What the Brotherhood of Evil lacks in sheer power compared to the likes of Trigon and Superboy Prime, they make up for through the successful execution of their masterful plans on various occasions. They are technically the most successful villains when it comes to the number of adversaries of the Teen Titans. The Brotherhood has also been successful in enlisting the help of former adversaries of the Titans, and has been shown to be quite persuasive in achieving the completion of their missions. The Brain is a mastermind when it comes to science, technology, machinery, and strategizing. With his leadership, the Brotherhood of Evil has overcome extreme odds, and always seems to be one step ahead of the Titans. Although the Brain is not able to participate in physical combat against the Brotherhood's enemies, he more than makes up for it through the use of his genius-level intellect and calculative precision. His obvious weakness in his incapacity to move is taken care of by his most trusted subordinate, Monsieur Mallah.
Giant whose unstoppable strength speaks for itself.
Mammoth. A former student of the Hive Academy, Mammoth is a muscular metahuman who possesses super strength, enabled stamina, great durability to blunt force trauma, and a horrendous appetite. Mammoth, the giant towering over his enemies, is considered to be the powerhouse of the Hive. Mammoth's ability to endure significant physical strain go hand in hand with his size and strength. Mammoth uses his enormous powers to strike the Earth, creating shockwaves that have deadly effects. Alongside his Hive allies Jinx and Gizmo, Mammoth is seen seeking out Slade to be employed by the villain to do his dirty works for him. As a graduation test for them, and to garner Robin's attention, Slade decided to send the three to attack the Teen Titans headquarters. Eager to prove themselves, Mammoth and his allies were able to overpower the Titans for a substantial amount of time before being ultimately defeated and sent to repeat their graduation once again. Mammoth, although a villain, is a very likable character who has some endearing actions and one-liners that make him a welcome addition to the series. For example, in one episode, he was shown paying for a candy bar that he had just purchased. This shows that he retains some morality and respect for the law, and simply wants to buy a candy bar without committing any crimes. He also adds humor to the series, as when he was confronting Beast Boy, he uttered the phrase, "Mammoth's gonna make you extinct," as his battle cry before engaging in combat. Mammoth has been shown to be on the opposite side of Cyborg on multiple occasions. Although the hero bests him on most of them, Mammoth was shown to be comparable in strength to Cyborg, but has shown no signs of limitations, which makes him difficult to scale his strength. Red X. Robin had initially created Red X as a cover persona in an attempt to get close to Slade. Robin approached Professor Chang for the materials needed to make the Red X suit, specifically Zinthonium, to use as a power source. Robin also pretended to be a ruthless master thief and stole several computer chips that Slade was after and offered them as an exchange to form a partnership between the two. However, in his eagerness to get too near, Robin accidentally reveals his identity to Slade. Hence, he decided not to tell his comrades about his plan in fear that they would not be able to play their roles effectively. The scheme eventually failed when Slade revealed that he knew who Robin was. Robin was able to retrieve the chips, but Slade was able to escape once more. With one more step backwards, Robin had reached his starting point since he had lost the confidence of his allies. He kept the suit in a vault in Titan's Tower, never to be used again, because the Zenothium power core could not be disposed of in a manner that would not harm the environment. As some time passed, the suit was stolen from the vault by an unknown thief who used it to fulfill his own schemes and commit minor crimes for his own selfish gains. When confronted by Robin, Red X mentions he is just a small thief and not a villain. Robin and Red X even teamed up to defeat Professor Chang and his henchmen, but remained enemies after completing their mission. Red X has a very nonchalant personality, which is quite the opposite of Robin, and he repeatedly probes Robin by asking him why he lives his life so seriously. He is bold and showcases his morality on multiple occasions. Red X does not possess any superhuman abilities, much like Robin, but his battlesuit provides him with the ability to use a considerable assortment of powers, such as using a cloaking device, weapon constructs, and even teleporters. The person underneath the battlesuit also has proved to be an expert martial artist and a great acrobat, comparable to Robin.
Madame Rouge to Brain.
Madame Rouge. Beast Boy's arch-enemy, Madame Rouge, is a crucial figure in the Brotherhood of Evil. She and the Brotherhood are prominent antagonists in Season 5. Madame Rouge's past before becoming a co-leader and master spy for the Brotherhood of Evil is unknown. What little knowledge we do have is that she was a teacher and an actor in the past, according to DC Archives. The Brain considered Rouge to be one of his most significant agents and assigned her with special tasks because she was one of the core Brotherhood members with the most conventional superpowers. She quickly earned a reputation as as one of the most vicious and obstinate villains in existence. Madame Rouge is often seen as a tall, slender woman with a black bob-cut hairstyle, piercing blue eyes, huge red lips, and a narrow face. Her body is primarily an hourglass figure with slim arms and long legs, though she may change her look entirely at will. She wears what looks to be a red latex bodysuit with a skirt attached at the bottom, a tall collar in black, and 2 black belts around the waist. She also has long black latex high-heeled boots that end in metal bands at her upper thighs, and long black latex gloves that end in metal bands around her upper arms. However, her clothes are likely only a result of her shape-shifting ability. Rouge has the ability to manipulate her body's physical structure and can change her appearance at her discretion. She is a master of disguise and can even copy the voice of the person she's disguising herself as. Her body is wholly malleable, and hence, she can stretch her limbs to great lengths. She is shown to be quite proficient at using this ability, and she can match Kid Flash's speed while stretching her limbs. Rouge has enhanced speed, strength, and endurance. She is also able to regenerate after suffering severe physical harm, including complete amputation. Despite not being the physically toughest villain around, she can easily punch holes in walls and has the strength to flip an entire structure over with a single kick. One of her major weaknesses is her sensitivity towards heat and cold because of her malleable form.
With that indestructible crystal girl in my machine, my powers will be limitless.
Dr. Light. Dr. Light is one of the strongest minor adversaries of the Teen Titans, but not as problematic as others. Although not entirely and inherently evil, Light has shown that he is capable of defeating every Titan. An intelligent and powerful person, Light does not possess many weaknesses, but one of his glaring weaknesses is the darkness within Raven. She is shown to be routinely trouncing him with the darkness she has inside of her heart and soul, and occasionally she could defeat him by simply appearing in front of him and staring at him. Dr. Light is a villain that enjoys boasting, and he believes that he is the most competent, astute, and powerful villain in existence. He is constantly prepared to demonstrate his cleverness by making puns and metaphors about Light to tease his adversaries. He frequently falls short of living up to his boasts, primarily as a result of his innate arrogance and complete lack of common sense. He thus serves as more of a comic relief character rather than a perilous antagonist. Dr. Light seems to fit more of the mold of a mad scientist. He uses sophisticated technology and works rather well to produce his innovations. He may be a very strong opponent to take on all of the Teen Titans when his combat prowess is combined with it. Ironically, he lacks the intelligence to formulate a master strategy, making him easy to outwit. Another obvious flaw that might easily bring him down is his dread of the dark. In contrast to Raven's abilities, Dr. Light's supersuit acts as a device for gathering, concentrating, and amplifying visible frequencies from the electromagnetic spectrum, or light. He has the capacity to manipulate light to some level and project it in a variety of ways. He is also capable of going invisible and possesses photokinesis, which is the ability to manipulate light. The strange technical equipment that Dr. Light carries includes flash grenades and force field generators, among other things. He is, however, physically quite weak and presents little to no threat if his suit sustains serious damage. The Fearsome Five. Due to ongoing defeats at the hands of the Titans, Dr. Light would establish the squad known as the Fearsome Five. He would place an advertisement in the Underworld Star, a newsletter published by a supervillain. The faction was comprised of 5 members, namely Dr. Light, Simon, Jinx, Mammoth, and Gizmo. Later, Simon would assume the mantle as the group's leader and dismiss Dr. Light from his duties. As a servant of Trigon, Simon forced the team to assist him in his conquest. However, after his failures, Trigon exiled him to another reality. Following this, the group would quickly locate and save Simon from this fate. Simon would then be subsequently killed by the group because of his association with the superhero Monitor. Although still alive, Simon made an effort to eliminate his old companions. He attacked Mammoth, Gizmo, and Shimmer, but only Shimmer perished. Dr. Sivana would bring the group back together and restore Shimmer back to life. Dr. Sivana would eventually lose patience with the team and depart from them after killing Gizmo. Before being taken to a prison planet, the Fearsome Five last appeared while working for the Society of Supervillains.
When you don't stand a chance.
Brother Blood. The major antagonist of Season 3 is Brother Blood, the brilliant and cruel headmaster of the Hive Academy. He is well recognized for having been Cyborg's previous teacher, and now his archenemy. Brother Blood is a strong metahuman with a wide range of mental and psychokinetic abilities. Blood, who has a reputation for reading people's mind, used this ability to read Cyborg's mind and learn the details of his plans. Blood has the ability to take possession of another person's mind against their will. We can see him using this ability when his eyes glow red. Blood, and so do the people who are under his influence. However, Cyborg was able to resist him due to his strong willpower and control over his own mind and body. Blood has the ability to create delusions in the minds of his victims, complete with realistic sensory feelings, which can be extremely traumatizing or disruptive for certain individuals. He has even showcased the powers of telekinesis, teleportation, conjuring energy blasts and barriers, and more. Apart from his energy and mind manipulation powers, Brother Blood possesses a photographic memory, which means he can simply read information like schematics or blueprints only once and retain the complete information word for word. He even has the ability to perform acrobatic stunts and is quite agile for someone who looks like a frail elderly man. Although Blood is charismatic and brilliant, like Slade, he is also prone to paranoia, as evidenced by his obsession with subduing and bending Cyborg's will. Despite being a villain, Blood is a great teacher who has high expectations for his pupils while still retaining his rigid morals. Blood's severe, icy personality does, however, occasionally dissipate, making room for his sporadic silliness. Brother Blood has also appeared as a leader of an abysmal cult that worships Trigon and has faced the Titans on multiple occasions. This persona of Blood was shown to be capable of brainwashing the entire population of a whole country to pursue his goals. Cultist antagonists weren't exactly a topic that was vastly explored when Brother Blood was created, and hence his appearance was successful in setting a trend, and fans still love this character and yearn for more of his appearances.
So, which team am I on?
Terra. Former Teen Titan Terra Markov, sometimes known as Terra, has a murky history as either a good or an evil character. She was confused and insecure prior to the episode Aftershock Part 1 and 2, simply wanting to be a hero and a friend of the Teen Titans. She was misled, however, by Slade, who enticed her with the idea that in exchange for her unconditional loyalty and committed apprenticeship, he would teach her how to harness her powers. Even though Terra was quiet and reserved at first, almost everyone liked her right away. She is shown to be quite insecure as well. She sincerely wants to utilize her abilities for good and is determined to do so. However, because she doesn't have proper control over them, she frequently finds that using these powers poses more of a risk than a reward. This lack of control over her abilities and emotions was especially apparent before Terra turned into a Titan. She had made an effort to appear confident, but she was actually quite terrified that people would discover how unstable she truly was. The Latin root of her name, Terra, means earth, and she possesses a powerful elemental talent to produce, control, and work with the earth and other earthly elements, including crystals, rock, dirt, stone, marble, brick, mud, concrete, and sand. She has the power to lift and hurl rocks, cause fissures, avalanches, mudslides, earthquakes, and tunnel under the earth. Terra frequently uses a big piece of earth to carry herself and other people around. She even has the ability to alter the states of earthly materials like wood, magma, sand, lava, and some metals, which are all components of the earth. Terra can also influence molten rock thanks to her geokinetic talents, which also let her somewhat thermogeokinetically manipulate volcanic activity, lava flow, and magma flow. Her hands and body occasionally give off a yellow aura while she is using her abilities, and her eyes may shine a bright yellow. Although she can move Earth with just her mind, she typically moves her hands to control her abilities. With the highly anticipated battlesuit he created for her, Slade substantially refined and sharpened Terra's skills such that she could raise sentient creatures from the ground that obeyed all her commands. She was considerably more at ease while using her greatly improved geokinesis and telekinesis, and she employed them in more intricate and dangerous ways, such as sculpting rocks and stones into the forms of hammers, hands, or even pillars.
With its powers enhancing my own, I can rule Tamaran with an iron fist!
Blackfire. Blackfire, whose full name is Commander, is Starfire and Wildfire's older sister, as well as the firstborn and eldest child of the long-deceased king and queen of Tamaran. She is Starfire's arch-enemy and a foe of the Teen Titans. She was formerly the Grand Ruler and Empress of the Tamaran. Blackfire is depicted as being a tall, attractive girl like Starfire. Blackfire has tan skin, angular dark violet eyes, and thin, rounded violet eyebrows. She also has black hair that is waist-long, straight, and shining with small bangs. With a black crop top, miniskirt, and thigh-high boots, Blackfire's attire functions more as full body armor than Starfire's. Although Blackfire is Starfire's older sister, the two are diametrically opposed to one another, since Blackfire is gloomy, cunning, dishonest, immortal, sadistic, and unremorseful, as well as possessing all the traits that make a good supervillain. Except when Blackfire convinces Starfire into thinking she's being nice, the two hardly ever get along. Blackfire is continually attempting to eliminate Starfire in some way, first by getting her arrested, and then by attempting to wed her to a disgusting and vile alien. Blackfire enjoys sparring with her sister, and showing her sister how superior she is by virtue of being older and stronger. She always irritates Starfire, and has an extremely snarky sense of humor. In addition, Blackfire is very conceited, and enjoys narrating anecdotes from her life about herself. Blackfire possesses the typical Tamaranian skills, with the exception of her ultraviolet energy projection. Blackfire, a Tamaranian like her younger sister, is much more powerful than she gives off the impression of being. Starfire was unable to move a massive pillar, but Blackfire was able to do it thanks to the Jewel of Charda, giving her the appearance of being physically stronger and more powerful than Starfire. Blackfire's extraordinary talents were scaled back to regular levels after the gem was shattered. She possesses superhuman stamina, agility, enhanced reflexes, semi-invulnerability, interstellar flight, ultraviolet energy projection, and many more powers due to her Tamaranian physiology and also being experimented on.
The entire city will bow before its new master, Killer Moth.
Killer Moth and Kitten. Supervillain Killer Moth is one of the major antagonists of the Teen Titans. He is significantly more capable than in any other of his previous representations, and the Teen Titans have confessed that he is one of their strongest adversaries. Killer Moth has some redeeming traits despite his menacing demeanor, including a soft spot for his daughter Kitten. He also takes good care of his moths, feeding and maintaining them. Killer Moth will do anything for his spoiled, obnoxious princess. This includes using mutated moths to hold the entire city hostage, so that Robin may take Kitty to the prom. The Titans can hardly hold off the Moths, which are very formidable adversaries on their own. Killer Moth is the mold of a stereotypical villain. He wants to obliterate cities and is brash and menacing. He concludes that his ideas are the greatest, and that he is qualified to be the mayor of a large city. Kitten, however, appears to be the only one who can overcome that obstacle. Although she occasionally looks to use her father's affection to get what she wants, it seems to be only short-lived. He is revealed to have a soft spot for his daughter, and she also appears to sincerely care for her father. Even though he refers to his creations with compassion, his fatherly side does not apply to them, because in reality, he simply sees them as a way to conquer the city. Kitten is your standard spoiled adolescent girl. All she wants is to be cherished, showered with favors, and given expensive presents. She will go at any lengths, including making people envious, to prove she is superior to everyone else. Kitten is more materialistic, and considers Fang's collection of jewelry to be a genuine expression of his love for her. She is also a bitter loser, who seeks retribution from anyone who has wronged her. The only good thing about Kitten is that she genuinely loves her father and wants a deeper relationship with him than just receiving gifts from him.
We're the High Five, and this is our show now.
Jinx and the Hive 5. Jinx is a previous villain who is now an honorary Titan. Jinx was the head of the Hive 5 and a top student at the Hive Academy before joining the Teen Titans. She is Kid Flash's girlfriend as well. Jinx had established herself as a highly driven achiever with a mildly nasty streak throughout her tenure with the Hive. She worked hard to be a productive Hive member under both of its regimes. Because she wanted to advance among the ranks of villains, Jinx was shown to be a fairly competent and resolute, albeit unconsciously doubtful, leader. She is significantly more mature, focused, and in charge than her male teammates. Before Kid Flash intervened to alter her perception, she likewise held Madame Rouge at the Brotherhood of Evil in high regard. But Jinx also has a strong attitude. When Rouge calls her a failure and an embarrassment and insults her, she even attacks Rouge and lets Kid Flash loose in the process. Because of the nasty, crooked grin she frequently sported when fighting, Jinx first looks to be quiet, mean, and mysterious, sometimes speaking in whispers, and occasionally even being portrayed as somewhat insane. However, in the episode Lightspeed, we witness a more resolute, assertive, and sane Jinx, who wishes to be appreciated rather than despised due to her abilities of ill luck. She exhibits emotions and frustration in this episode. Kid Flash assisted Jinx in expressing her true self and her feelings over various issues. In general, though, she is a very fashion-conscious girl who is more focused on looking for unique clothes and accessories than she is on actually becoming wealthy. Jinx is the founder of the group that became known as the Hive 5. Even though the name of the faction has the number 5 in it, the group has had 6 members for a good amount of time. The team consists of Jinx, Gizmo, Private Hive, Mammoth, Seymour, Billy Numerous, and Kid Wicked, although not all of them have been in the team at the same time. The Hive 5 were initially seen robbing a shopping center. The Teen Titans attempted to stop them, but the Hive 5 easily overcame them, owing to their awkward clothes. They were repelled by Mother May I before they could murder the Titans. Despite the fact they were ultimately caught, they were nonetheless proud of defeating the Titans. Then, in their base, they joyfully celebrated the triumph. The Titans later paid them back by sending them Mother May I's cursed pie, which successfully possessed them.
He must be stopped, or our very existence is doomed.
Monsieur Mallah. An ordinary gorilla living a mundane life, Mallah, on one destined day, had his intellect boosted to superhuman levels. The great powerful entity that enhanced Mallah's intellectual capabilities remains unknown, but it is revered to be the same who is responsible for the creation of the Brain. Mallah eventually joined Brain and assisted him in furthering his villainous schemes as a member of the Brotherhood of Evil. As a member, Mallah is Brain's second in charge, and also his most reliable confidant. Monsieur Mallah is a super gorilla who boasts a genius-level intellect and the physical capabilities of a gorilla. Mallah's capability to think and speak like a human, as well as his genius-level intelligence, are what makes him most extraordinary. Mallah has also received training in a variety of academic subjects, such as electronics, physics, and combat strategizing. His innate gorilla strength, durability, and stamina, possibly substantially enhanced by Brain's tampering, along with his wits, enable him to defeat a variety of opponents who are equipped with superpowers. On one such occasion, Beast Boy transformed into a gorilla while engaging in a combat with Mallah, and the two exert equal force against one another, which demonstrates both of them on equal footing in terms of strength. He is robust enough to withstand Cyborg's energy blast, and strong enough to trade blows with Robot Man, the strongest Doom Patrol member.
High five! Eat him alive!
Conclusion. The Teen Titans have fought a considerable amount of enemies in their time as superheroes. Although they are considered to be teens and hence not ready for the real dangers of life, they have on countless occasions defied such notions and have successfully triumphed over the previously mentioned adversaries. These were the top 15 most powerful and dangerous villains that the Teen Titans have faced. Do you think we've missed any of your favorites? Then let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our content, then please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm Rylan with Marvelous Videos. Have a good one and be safe.
So, which team am I on?